Welcome to the channel guys. Kinji is determined to become a rich NEET and by investing into a real estate empire, becomes wealthy without ever having to do work. A portal suddenly transports him to the world of Ameria populated by demi-humans. Here the age of heroes is over and the dungeons they once explored are mined by modern corporations for the demonite. Kinji is forced to become a miner but soon incurs enormous debts. He befriends wannabe crocodile demi-human and volunteers to prospect deeper into the dungeon, where monsters are more dangerous but demonite is more plentiful. He reveals to wannabe he discovered a secret entrance to the third level. They are attacked by a demon girl named Rim, but Kinji makes a deal with her promising that if she guards them while they dig, he will provide her tastier food. They begin making huge profits but Kinji despairs as his money goes towards feeding Rim and his dads actually increase. Kinji discovers a magician's staff left behind by a dead hero, and uses it to hypnotize other miners into mining for him. Eventually the staff breaks, the miners awaken and Kinji is severely punished. With no money to feed Rin, she threatens to eat Kinji. Kinji and wannabe are transferred to a dangerous exploration team. Wannabe is injured so Kinji is forced to do his share of the work, while also having his pay reduced. This leaves him with no money as he must still feed Rin. A swarm of monster ants overruns the mine and to survive, Kinji uses a transformation potion to turn himself an elite warrior and an equipment manager into ants, but ended up trapped when their boss seals the mine. Kinji realizes while transformed he can understand the ants' language, and introduces the concept of workers' rights to the worker ants, forming a union to demand the Ant Queen treat them better. It is revealed the Ant Queen decided to expand her colony into the mine after Rin disappeared and stopped eating her workers. Kinji confronts the queen with her workers' demands, but she decides to simply kill and replace them. Rim appears having grown hungry so Kinji gives her his dinner. The queen is impressed Kinji can control Rim, who has preyed on her colony for years. Wannabe returns to work where Kinji reveals with Rim the Ant Queen and her colony. He plans to take over Rizohan Mining Corporation and form his own dungeon black company. Shia, a modern hero employed by Reisa Hawk Corporation, locates a philosopher's stone in a dungeon, and is asked to join Exploration Group 3. On an island containing a corporate training center, Kinji and wannabe are forced to endure brutal physical exercise, psychological abuse and magical brainwashing to increase loyalty to Rizoha. Kinji snaps wannabe out of being brainwashed and reveals he knew about the brainwashing the whole time and used mind-altering plants to resist and plan revenge by drugging the brainwashing sorcerers with the mind-altering plants. They set off fire spells exploding the island, the training center and all the instructors. Believing they are successfully brainwashed, the corporation sends Kinji and wannabe to Group 3, where she becomes their supervisor. Kinji tries to point out Rizaha's exploitation, but Shia, who is totally loyal, forces him to accompany her to the dungeon to fight monsters when she tries to kill Anta, Kenji's favorite, and he summons Rin to protect him. With Shia captured, Kinji forces her to pose for photographs incriminating her as being friends with Rim and the Ant Queen. Using the photographs, Kinji blackmails Shia into secretly working for his dungeon black company. Kinji is told to repay 5 million gold within a month. She shows Kinji monster parts can be valuable so Kinji hatches a plan. Belza Riza as director reveals Death March is approaching when all demonite and monsters regenerate, which is massively profitable. Kinji builds a farm to harvest monster parts without killing them and pays the 5 million. Belsub reveals Death March includes the resurrection of a Majin, but this requires the sacrifice of a hero like Shia. Majin attacks Shia so Kinji throws a magic crystal at it, teleporting Majin to the surface, where it destroys the mine as Majin tunnels back into the dungeon. Kinji has the ant set trap. Shia insists on fighting, so Kinji golds her for putting herself at risk, trying to escape the reputation of her father, the king of failed adventurers. Realizing he is right and she doesn't have to outdo her father, she decides to live for herself and kills Majin, but destroys her sword. Majin revives and tries to eat Kinji, but Rin senses this, saves Kinji and eats Majin. Rin reveals something about Majin's resurrection was unnatural. The teleportation circle Kinji recognizes as the one that summoned him from Japan opens up and he and Im fall in. Kinji awakens and meets Ronga, the cross-dressing male priestess, who summoned him, and Zazzle, fanatical leader of an underground human village living in a city created thousands of years ago by the advanced Colonian civilization. Zazzle reveals 300 years previously an evil corporation took over the world and threatens Kinji into defeating them. Kinji realizes he's actually in Amoria 300 years in the future and the evil corporation is Rizaha. Arriving at a castle, Kinji learns it belongs to the demon lord Belza's deputy general Ant, whom Kinji realizes is actually his friend Anta, who has evolved into a powerful monster, and is overjoyed to see Kinji, it is revealed that far from exploding humans, General Ants treats them fairly, asking only that they work 40 hours a week while providing holidays and health insurance. The problem is humans of the future are unreasonably lazy and believe 40 hours is too much work. Belzer has not run a corporation in years and General Ant doesn't know what to do. Deciding to help, Kinji takes over as General Nino MIA, punishes lazy workers and rewards hard workers, making the company profitable again, and also takes over the underground city, replacing Zazzle as leader and forcing the citizens to return to work. Generals Rojin, Power Ash and Zeke's Holler all see Kinji as a threat. Power tricks Kinji into a war monster ambush that fails when Rin defeats the worms. Rome makes Kinji responsible for turning difficult wasteland into farms, but Kinji has the worms cultivate the land easily. The three decide to put Kinji in charge of a truly impossible mission. Ronga wakes up in a version of Alice in Wonderland where rabbits are slaves to the queen. While unemployed moles live in internet cafes, Queen Belzer arrives and reveals Ronga's secret is she is Belzer's descendant and offers to let Ronga live with her. Carefree, a Kinji white rabbit tries to get Ronga to agree, but real Kinji appears and awakens Ronga with a headbutt. It is revealed the general sent them on a mission to defeat a robot that hypnotized Ronga but is now destroyed by RIM. Kinji assures Ronga it is good she has her own goal separate from Belzer having defeated the robot. Kinji is invited to meet the Demon Lord, who surprises Kinji by asking him to save the world. The Demon Lord is the resurrected Meijin Rin's twin sister. She explains the Colonian civilization created dungeons and guardians like Rin to manage the flow of magic throughout the planet, but when Rin met Kinji and abandoned her dungeon, Rizoha was able to mine all the way to the bottom and use the advanced technology of the Colonian city beneath it to take over the world. Meijin temporarily defeated Rizaha and became Demon Lord, but Rizaha has returned, having turned their corporate slaves into robots to defeat Meijin and turn the planet into a dystopia empty of biological life. Thus she offers Kinji a choice: return to Japan or go back in time and stop Rizaha.